This theophany at the Oak of Mamre has always puzzled biblical scholars. 3 were seen, but 1 is talked to. We would never quite know. We have that famous icon of Rubloff, which tries to present it in a mystical way, and one needs a whole lectio to go into its depth of meaning, the eyes, the regard. What is clear is that solitude favours encounter with the beyond. In the Gospel we have this scene which actually has many echoes, because it is often used in anointing the sick and the dying. This healing that takes place at the request of the centurion. It also has an echo liturgically, for we repeat the centurion's prayer at every Holy Mass. We have retrieved the correct translation "under my roof" now in English. It was always there in the Welsh, and it was actually never absent from the German, and they of course are very much aware of biblical studies. The roof of our soul, we are not worthy, and we gaze for a few seconds at the one that we are about to receive, asking for that word of healing for our soul. Our Lady, looking from her place of glory down on earth, sees that the whole planet needs that healing, and 40 years ago, this weekend essentially, Thursday and these days following, we remember how she came at Medjugorje and has come ever since, trying to minister to her lost children, trying to keep them from what is damaging them in this world and the next. Now when we prepare souls for death, we are close to her, we are doing work for her divine Son, and we have the whole court of heaven trying also its best to help us to prepare one immortal soul while it is yet time for the encounter with unending eternity. It's well at that point to remember St. Joseph and how he was well accompanied. The patron of good death. We see how the whole court of heaven was there. God the Father was waiting to receive his soul into his bosom. The Son of God himself, in his humanity, was very close and effectively bonded to him, because after all, he had been Daddy. The Blessed Virgin, best of spouses, was handing over this dear guardian soul to the one who gave her, for a while, the enjoyment of his company. That then is the model of perfect departure. Although actually we're not quite sure what happened in the immediate after the departure of St. Joseph's soul, because as yet the words "it is accomplished" had not been pronounced on Calvary. But he was safe. And so it is that now, when one is called to anoint and prepare a soul, the question always poses itself: has the work been done in time? And by that I mean when there was still responsibility and lucidity on behalf of the departing soul. One thinks of all the preparations that happen in an airport for the departure of a flight, and then the passengers are in the departure lounge. Well, so are these, and the flight is even more important, for it has only a one-way ticket. And there is a big difference between anointing this one and anointing that one. Any priest will say the same. It's a very unequal experience ministering to the dying. Some are very edifying, some far less. In fact, I think on this day, how not that long ago, I anointed here a young lady who has by now gone into the beyond, and had she lived, she would have been now, I think, 40 years of age this very day. That was, although painful in one's humanity, joyful in one's spirituality, for she was well aware and very serene. That is even a short life, very well used, homeward bound. So much can happen and unhappen in those last moments. I used to say to people preaching in Italy, call us before, because they were shy to do so, in case it upsets the person, and they would call us after the person had gone. One day, I was asked to go to the hospital to anoint a man who was petering out. So I went immediately, and not knowing his background, I just hoped for the best. As it turned out, his background was faith-filled, and the family was very much of faith. So that was consoling to know later on. But at the time, I was just hoping for the best. And I wrote these immediately afterwards, these lines reflecting on actually the huge issue that is easily bypassed at the moment of death. Go back, sons of men, after anointing. Go back, good soul, to the arms that bid thee be, and travel o'er the ancient aeons home, along a journey that long history has age to age revealed. The hour has come to come and go no more, and behind this door that soon must close thy world, there stands and waits a cosmos that shall stand and wait ere more, where stand and wait in vain the ill-spun fates. We thee with unction send upon thy way, and cheek to cheek thee greet. Yet this strange road that thou anon shalt see, in our dark day, may not thee plot or mark, nor yet forebode what welcome thee awaits. One chance was given, a little tick ticks on in hell and one day the Madonna at Medjugorje took little Jakob and Bishka by the hand and led them into the beyond. And it was quite worrying for their parents and family because actually they disappeared. But they saw the other side, and she told them afterwards that they had to know that hell was real. They would have died had they not been sustained by her. And so it is that we must not water down any element of our faith, for if we do, we play the game of the enemy of our soul, who has been obliged to admit in exorcism that this conspiracy of silence about certain things is his own doing. And he went on to add that the less it is talked about, the more it fills up. So this is what true preparation is about. It is good that we do all we can for the body, but actually the body is in any case fighting a losing battle, but the soul need not be conquered. Well prepared, it is heading for ultimate victory. Questo Vangelo si usa spesso quando uno sta preparando le anime per la morte. È ricco di echi dunque di diverse anime, tante anime ormai passate, trapassate. Il velo che nasconde l'aldilà è grande per noi, ma per loro in un istante si apre e loro vedono allora l'uso che hanno fatto del dono unico della vita. Diverso dagli aerei, questo viaggio non ha biglietto di ritorno, è una partenza per bene. La Madonna ha mostrato fisicamente l'aldilà a Vishka e a Jacob una volta, prendendole per mano, indicando per loro, tramite loro, a noi, che la realtà è cosmica, realmente reale, e che davanti a questa realtà tutto il resto è un po' secondario. Chiediamo la grazia dunque per noi, e per noi, non soltanto noi stessi, ma tutti quelli che siamo vicini a noi, di essere preparati. Cantiamo a lei questo canto che in questa messa si usa come eco del suo ringraziamento al Dio potente che ha fatto misericordia verso di noi. Angelo Domini, fiat mi secundum verbum tuum, magnificat anima mea Dominum, et exultavit spiritus meus in Deo Salvatore meo, quia respectitum militatem angelis sum, et simim expropriatam edice omnes generationes, quia fecit vicem agnaque partenza, et sanctum nomen eius, et misericordia eius in progenies et progenies, dimentibus eius, fecit potentiam in gracia sua, dispersit superbos menticordis sui, et pausuit potentes descede, et exaltavit homines, exorientes implevit polis, et divites sit in honest, suscipetis non sum, recordatus misericordiae, sicut locutus est ad Patres nostros, Abraham et seminius in saecula. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen. Ecce ancillata